As your editor, it's probably fair to tell you that I contemplated adding broken glass in the open, but I feel like it might get us sued.
Psh, burn it, darn it.
Mostly that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except I hear you guys got heat, though.
Breaking glass and breaking skulls, man. That's what we do.
We?
Yep. Me and my buddy Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Are you guys tight, though?
We're pretty close, man. I almost was on his show once, and we would have met.
I mean, that makes you like family, basically.
I've tweeted him since then. He's never responded, but we're pretty cool.
What did you tweet him?
Probably some hate-filled stuff because I was at a bad point in my life.
Why would you do that to good old Uncle Steve?
I don't know. Like I said, it was a bad place in my life, man. I had to get a point across. It was like when your dad abandons you and doesn't call you back. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm here. If you want to pick up your phone.
You see, what's funny is I wanted to make a joke about that not being a shared experience. But the thing is, that's probably a closer experience for me than it is for you.
Yeah, man. What's it like when your dad doesn't call back?
Why would you do that, man? Why would you bring this up on air?
I'm trying to deflect all of my inadequacies back onto you.
All of your abandonment issues?
Unfortunately, yeah, you can't be on the attack if you're on the defensive. Classic war strategy.
You've been reading The Art of War again?
Yep. Oh, man, that's a side note. Story for another day. Man, I hate people that read The Art of War. That's dumb. Yeah, if you talk, I mean, reading it's fine. Talking about it, though, that's...
Sun Tzu is my boy.
That's bad. Sun Tzu is nobody's boy.
The Art of War changed my life.
Dude,
how many people... In the bedroom, in my daily life.
How many people do you think have claimed to read The Art of War and are like, they make sure to mention Sun Tzu as the author and like they know, but they've never read it? If they have read it, you know what they are, Pete? They're a tool.
Full disclosure, I've tried to read it on 2 or 3 occasions and can't do it.
I have a copy of my book. I never made it through.
Well, it's like the Confessions of St. Augustine. My grandmother bought it for me, and I keep wanting to read it, but then I swear I fall asleep like 6 pages in. I just
What's
can't
it about?
do it. St. Augustine.
Confessing?
You were just talking about...
What bad stuff did St. Augustine do?
I mean, very little. He's a saint.
Oh.
But it's like a biography.
I see. A lot of people in my Christian school repented for stuff and confessed, but they did bad stuff.
What time did they do that at?
I mean, they repented at 10:07, but everything they did before that was pre-10:07.
Well, as long as
Sin till 10:06.
As long as you make it to 10:07.
You know what I say? Yeah. Sin till 9:55 and then run over to Dunn Hall to repent at 10:07.
You got to get there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Have your sins washed clean. But tell me more about your abandonment issues. Let's move past mine.
So my friend Steve Austin, he's supposed to be Uncle Steve. I'm just going to call him Uncle Steve.
You should.
So a long time ago, I used to work at the vitamin shop, Pete. And a cool part.
So you told Deb where she could stick that job.
Until I told Deb to get lost, and then I got lost to Europe because she thought I wasn't going to do it. Like, if I say something, don't challenge me, Deb. I'm totally going to go if I told you.
It's true.
So
he's done dumb things.
When I was at Vitamin Shop, like that was a dope job, man. I learned all sorts of stuff about supplements. I learned a lot about bodybuilding. I learned a lot about all sorts of things like that and health and fitness. And I met a lot of really awesome people. So like reps would come in all the time and they want to hook you up with products because they want you to love it and pimp their product. And then you meet just all these random cool people in the business, right? So at one point, one of the regulars that came in, her name is Jackie. And Jackie is an awesome human being.
Wait, IG model, fitness model, Jackie? That Jackie?
Absolutely. We're talking about the former Optimum Nutrition athlete / fitness model and physique competitor, Jackie.
She went to your vitamin shop.
She did.
That you assistant managed.
That's how we became homies.
Man. You were selling supplements to somebody who's IG famous.
Mostly Optimum Nutrition supplements, which she was sponsored by.
Did she have to pay for them, or did you just hand them to her?
No, I'm trying to think. I know she did end up buying some, even though she got a lot of Optimum stuff for free. But sometimes she just needed things.
Did you then buy Optimum? Because you're like, or Optum? Did I add an extra mum?
Optimum.
Oh, yes, Optimum.
Optimum.
Did you Optimum because of Jackie?
I'm an Optimum athlete myself because I just think they have quality products.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I'm not sponsored. I tried to get sponsored for a long time, and I'm sure they couldn't delete my emails fast enough because back in 2012, I didn't look great.
Yeah, but you know who didn't delete your emails? Tito's.
Tito's might have, but Fuzzy's didn't.
Oh,
Fuzzy's vodka didn't delete my emails.
And I made that mistake. Dang it.
What if I were sponsored by a supplement company and a vodka company?
You know, the Situation had a protein-infused vodka.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, man,
I mean,
he would.
It's no longer on the shelves because the situation's fame was short-lived.
God, I wish he was still relevant.
Right?
Man, what a life we'd be. 2019 needs the situation. What people, the kids look up to nowadays?
Look, 2020's got to be the year of the sitch. Return of the sitch.
Oh, man, I want to text him. That's another guy I want to be friends with. Uncle Mike. Uncle Sitch.
Uncle Mike and Uncle Steve,
Uncle
man.
Mike and Uncle... Oh, man, family reunions, dog, would be great. I would... How much money would it cost to book them in a room?
Dude, I don't know. But you have Vinny and Polly show up and just shaft Ronnie. He can go himself.
Those dudes are awesome. Vinny and Ronnie, they're great. No, your anger is legitimate. Jackie at one point was like, oh, hey, like I got hit up the other day about Stone Cold's Broken Skull Challenge. She's like, do you ever watch? I'm like, oh yeah, man, Broken Skull Challenge, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, yeah, he's the man. She's like, oh yeah, I always thought that was cool. So
because Jake Owen's always on CMT, and I love that guy.
Yeah, I watched Jake Owen music videos, and then I watched Broken Skull Challenge. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And she's like, yeah, that's like a thing you should totally do. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, it really is, because I'm a professional wrestler, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is the professional wrestler. So I went ahead and I hopped online, and I was like, well, I'll just look it up. So I looked it up and saw the application process. I think I filmed a video. Maybe I sent them my training for Japan video.
Yeah, I thought you had to send them some kind of I thought you had to cut a promo, more or less, and send them some.
Oh, yeah, I did have to cut a promo. You might have recorded it. And then I think I sent them me training for my first Japan tour video that you did and edited. And like, hey, man, this is me. This is why I should be on the show. I'm awesome. I'm a great professional wrestler. I'm also a hashtag real fighter now. And I'm also a hashtag real educated.
I went to AU. What up?
Yeah. Prestigious Christian university. No big deal. So I threw all that stuff out, and I was like, okay, cool. We'll see. And I completely forgot about it. Like 8 months later or something, my phone rings. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm this casting person from Iconic Casting or whatever. We'd like to talk to you about being on the show. Do you have a few minutes? I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell no, I'm busy. Call later.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You called me directly. You didn't call my agent. That's a little disrespectful, but okay. Like, my time is my money.
I'll make an exception for you, but I'm on set right now.
Yeah,
so let's hurry it up.
Is Steve also on the line? Because, I mean, I'll hang out a lot more if he is. Like, why couldn't he and I just figure this out person to person, man to man?
We're both wrestlers. We know the industry.
Yeah, we could. Shorthand. No need to mince words. So she goes ahead and gives me like a 10-minute phone interview. And she's like, okay, cool. I like what I hear. So let's go ahead and I'll call you back. I'll schedule a Skype interview. Okay, sweet. So like a week later, I'm connected on Skype with this casting director and on Skype with a producer.
Important question.
Yeah.
Do you have a coffee cup with you during the Skype interview?
No, actually, so the things they told me were it had to be from waist up, so like a little above belly button up. I needed to be shirtless, and there were like one or two other weird stipulations, but I don't remember what they were.
Was this for Broken Skull Challenge or Casting Couch?
Which one paid better?
If I'm being honest, maybe Casting Couch.
Then I don't care. All I knew is Hollywood producer, and I'm shirtless on camera.
A Hollywood producer wanted me to take off my shirt, and I couldn't be more excited to do it.
Yeah, I was promised the promise of $10,000 if I won. Casting Couch, Broken Skull Challenge, didn't matter. $10,000. I don't ask questions. I'll show up. Just give me a flight and $10,000.
Just let me know. I'll be there.
I'll show up to anywhere in the world for a flight and $10,000. I'll have my shirt off at the airport if you want.
I'll be there topless. Not even worried.
I won't even bring a shirt in my bag.
If that's what it takes for $10,000.
Yeah, if you just want me to show up in a pair of sweatpants, commando with flip flops on, I'm there.
Can they be joggers?
They could be joggers as long as they're real tight on my package area.
Ah, European style.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little style thing I picked up in France. No big deal. So I do this interview. It's like 45 minutes. It's really in depth, and the producer was cool, and the woman I'd already had the interview with, she was real cool, and Pete, I felt like they were both on my side.
They were like Affleck. They were there for you.
Believe it or not, I thought these people genuinely liked me, Pete.
They loved you.
They were Hollywood types, and they could have hung up on me. But I'm sure they hang up on people.
But they wanted to be with you.
It sounded like they loved me. And I just kept giving them more of my time and my concerted energy. So they pretty much, at the end of the interview, were like, hey, we think you're great. Like,
it's not you, it's me.
Like, we think you're great. We're going to text you later. Promise.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so they didn't say that. But they said, we'll be in touch, and we think you're awesome. You know what they could have said? All right, well, I don't know if you're a good fit for this.
I don't know if you're broken skull material.
Like, you know how much anger I have? I am jacked and I have tattoos, and I'm a professional wrestler, also a real fighter. Why wouldn't you choose me?
Look, you weren't then. Maybe you are now.
If I ever get another Skype interview for anything in my life, I'm wearing my silver medals.
Are you going to wear a shirt?
No.
Good.
Why would I? I was supposed to have a Skype interview for this big company out in California sometime last week. They haven't got a hold of me yet. Now, if I have that, shirt off, 2 medals on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just caught me wandering around the house in my medals.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Normally, when someone from California wants to Skype with me, they ask me to take my shirt off.
Have you seen episode 492 of Casting Couch?
Yeah.
I'm that Jake Oman.
That reminds me, someone else showed me videos the other day of this totally wholesome guy. I can't remember his name, but he does videos on Pornhub.
Val Venus.
No. So, but it's all about this guy being an innocent young man that respects women.
And then he gives them the D?
No. Like, one of them was just such and such eats pizza with Jenna Jameson and has no sex.
Oh, yeah, that Asian dude who hangs out with porn actresses and stuff in a bed, right?
Well, I thought the dude was white, but...
Oh, I thought... But either... I've heard of this guy.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But that's his whole shtick. He interviews adult actors, like, in lingerie in a bed. They're sitting in a bed, I thought.
I mean, I just know one of the things was also... Like, I saw a few of the videos and one was like, such and such treats, this porn star respectfully. And he was. It was just him treating that person respectfully. Or it was like, such and such hangs out with such and does not have sex. And they don't.
I wonder if people click it thinking that it's like clickbait. Oh, no, it's a swerve. He's going to give it to you.
Yeah, that little dude.
No, keep going. I know we're 23 minutes into this 25-minute video. Just wait for it. It's going to be great.
It's coming. So,
and they feel shafted, and not in a good way.
Yeah, and unlike Jenna Jameson, who didn't. You know what? They led me on, Pete. They let me think that there was going to be a thing, and then they proceeded to ghost me.
Ooh, and this was before it was cool.
It was. It's before this was a thing. This was 2017. So I should explain, I'm pretty sure I had the Skype interview in mid-May. Now, as May had rolled around, I was planning my next trip to Japan. I was planning on spending 6 months in Japan. I was going to leave at the beginning of July. Now, I asked them when we were doing our Skype interview, like, oh, hey, when are we going to film? And they had told me first week of August.
Ooh, I cutting it kind of close to an event I know about.
Yeah, cutting it, in my estimation, way too close to the biggest event of the year for Wrestle 1 in Japan, Love in Yokohama, which was to be September 1st. So I needed to get to Japan ASAP to start building stories and everything to guarantee that I would be on Love in Yokohama, because that's our biggest show of the year. So I went ahead and I gave the producers a week or two. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to wait to hear. Wait to hear back. No big deal.
I'm not going to look needy.
Nope, not at all.
I don't need them,
I also have had several friends that were on this show, one of which being your favorite friend of mine.
Wait a minute. The guy's in a gang?
Mm-hmm.
The Sweet Vespa gang in Cambodia?
Yep, that man. Damon Divine.
A.K.A. music video Vin Diesel?
Dude, Damon has been in so many music videos. He was in that Schoolboy Q video, Straight Up Gangster. He was in Bumblebee. Like, Damon is like my hero. I want to be Damon.
He's also like Soldier number 2, Soldier number 8, Soldier number 7, Bully number 1. He's versatile.
Every check cleared. More than I can say about everything in my passion.
Wait, did the checks you wrote him for performing clear?
Oh, yeah. I've never written a check that didn't clear, but I'm going to be honest. I've tried to cash a few checks that did not clear. I've had a few bounce backs. I was like, you know what, man, I don't know if I want to wait around. So I sent Damon a message. And we weren't tight by any means at the time. We just met each other maybe like a year before during extra work for WWE.
Through Dwayne's sister? No?
So that's how everyone meets. So extra work. Man, I was like, hey, man, sorry to bother you. Like, quick question. When did you hear back from these people? How much time did they give you? So he was like, well, they got a hold of me a few weeks in advance, told me they probably weren't going to use me. Then they got a hold of me like 3 days in advance and told me they weren't going to use me because they didn't have my size. And then legit the day before they filmed, they called me and they're like, we need you. So I was like, oh, okay. So it could legit be until the day before. I didn't have that kind of time, Pete. So I went ahead and sent an email like, hey, just double checking Nicole at Iconic Casting. Maybe you could be polite enough to just tell me yay or nay.
Because I love you and I need to know if this is going somewhere.
Yep. I was like, and then it's like, all right, well, because I'll keep waiting. So I waited another week and I'm like, hey, Nicole, what's up with this casting? Just curious because my entire future in life in my business depend on it.
I have plans for us. What's going on?
Yep. I got a big thing I was hoping to do on November or September 1st.
But I'll give it up for you, babe. Just let me know.
Just be great if you could tell me. So I went ahead and I get a hold of my company. I'm like, hey, I got this big opportunity. And I told them all about it because they're huge wrestling fans. Obviously, they run a wrestling company in Japan. But I knew they'd know, like, oh, Stone Cold, maybe that's like a big thing. Because it would have been big for them too. So they could say I was on Stone Cold's TV show. So like, okay, just let us know when you're coming. Another week goes by, another email unanswered. A week goes by, another email unanswered. Now, I don't have much time.
Did she get your flowers, though? Like candy you
I've
sent?
heard nothing. I've heard nothing. And like, I'm just waiting for my phone to ring. And I'm like, I even thought about calling and being like, hey, I was just calling and I left a message for me. You called back while I was leaving the voicemail and I just didn't get it.
Just need you to know I'm thinking about you. Hope you're thinking of me too.
So I started calling Nicole. I was like, oh, hey, just over here in Indiana, all lonely, wondering what's up. Nothing. And I call again like the next week. Oh, hey, it's just me, Jake, Jake Coleman. And I was hoping to hear back about what's going on. And you call me back. So nothing. Eventually I'm like, all right, well, I need to tell the guys to schedule my flight. I need to get to Japan. It's like, I don't want to keep pushing off things in life. Plus I had a few other motivations for getting to Japan, Pete. There was kind of like an important human in my life in Japan.
Your dealer?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we're not gonna name his name. Unlike Nicole at Iconic Casting, who didn't call me back. You can tweet her.
Casting for Broken Skull Challenge?
I'm pretty sure it's just Nicole at Iconic. Like, you can find that probably. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do one more phone call. And I called and I was like, hey, this is me. I have like legit the most important thing in my life riding on this. I need to know yes or no. You can call, text, email in any time the word no, and I'll just take it as a no. That's completely cool. I can live with that. I just need to know that it's a no. Hang up. Never heard a word back. A few weeks later, I go ahead and catch my flight, get over to Japan, say hi to everyone, say hi to my significant other, like say hi to Hino. And then my company promptly tells me, oh, since it took you so long to get here, we can't put you on our biggest show. Like, we can't put you on Love in Yokohama.
But this has a happy ending, right? Because shortly thereafter, you got the call from the...
Well, I did get to be on Hino's beach party show where I did a battle royal I got paid like $100 to do battle royal, and I got a pair of swim trunks because I needed swim trunks to be in the beach battle royal. So that was pretty cool. And I didn't even take a bump.
But the ranch, though.
I don't know. I don't know how that went. I never got cast, Pete.
I mean, never yet.
I almost, I just looked it up. The last episode aired like 2 years ago.
They could bring it back. You think Steve just walked away from a ranch like that?
I guess that might have actually been the last season.
Maybe that's why you didn't get a call.
It might have been the last season. What if they're going to cast me for season 6?
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Maybe I should get a hold of them again.
You should call Nicole and be like, babe, I know it wasn't your fault. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, I know you wanted me, but something in Hollywood, and then like production schedules didn't line up, and then like your cell phone like maybe out of business. Like I switched to Sprint. Who knows?
Yeah, but
did you try and call when I was in Japan and my cell phone was off?
Yeah, just make it clear you don't even blame her, dog.
Yeah,
like this is a big miscommunication.
It's an accident. It's an accident. I'm still here though. Right. I mean, I find it weird that you didn't like email or tweet or Instagram me, but yeah, there was ways to get a hold of me. But I get it.
She couldn't stand to hurt you. You were too important.
Maybe she's off social media for Lent.
That's what it is. She gave it up to get closer to God.
And I got to respect that, man. I respect people's religion and their practices. I'm not judgmental. Whatever gets you by, that's cool. So I wasn't on Broken Skull Challenge, but my buddy Damon was. Oh, and my rapper friend Marius was too. So that was pretty dope.
I heard he put out a fire single too.
His single came out today. So look up Alani on Spotify, AL-ANI, and listen to Medusa 13 because it's fresh.
Funky fresh?
Dude, so fresh. Yeah. Was there more about Broken Skull Challenge, bro?
Oh, I know that there's a thing that you shouldn't forget.
Yeah. So, I did another podcast, bro.
Yeah.
Other podcasts are dope, aren't they?
I mean,
don't you support podcasts?
If you're kind of a whore, then yes. I guess just going from podcast to podcast, just sticking your mouth on whatever microphone's in front of you.
I believe you produce for several podcasts, right?
We're not talking about me. We're mostly making fun of you.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to talk to other podcasts, but you're allowed to do backstage for them as much as you want.
In this instance, I'm the alpha right now.
Oh, well, and in that case, I'm a terrible human being. So my buddy Adel Hines has a podcast, right? It's the Crazy Incredible podcast, which is available on all my major platforms, even more than us.
What?
He's on Spotify.
What, you trying to get on Spotify? I'll get you on Spotify. You want to be on Spotify? I'll get you on Spotify. You didn't tell me you want to be on Spotify, man.
I mean, why would you assume I don't want to be on Spotify? My boy Marius is on Spotify.
You just tell me you want to be on Spotify.
All the major podcasts are on Spotify. I mean, iTunes is cool. Apple Music's fine. Like Castbox is dope, but it's not Spotify, bro.
You want Spotify? Just say the word. It's done.
No, do it.
All right.
Do it. Then I want to do it. I want to see tomorrow's episode on Spotify.
Spotify. Done.
Will it put our backlog on there?
Yeah, I don't actually know. There's a lot of hoops for Spotify, but I'll get figured out.
Are there hoops? Too many hoops hoops you can't produce.
No, I can get it done.
I mean, it sounds like you can't. Why wasn't it? If it was so easy, why didn't we do it before?
You didn't tell me you want to be on Spotify. Now you tell me on Spotify.
I mean, I thought it was assumed everyone wants to be on Spotify.
I'll take care of it for you. I'm a man.
I mean, can we monetize?
Ooh. You willing to give up your social security number to get that money? To get that sweet cheddar?
Yeah, my social security number is probably all over the internet. Bam. There's probably copies of my passport floating all over the dark web.
I've been trying to get you on Patreon for years. We get the money there.
Yeah, what are we going to give people?
Diversify your funds. What are we going to give people?
Yeah.
I don't know. Figure something out.
Pictures from that Skype interview that I had with Broken Skull Challenge.
Absolutely. Actually, there we go. We'll actually monetize you being on other podcasts. Hey, if you want them on your podcast, schedule a Skype call and then send $10 a month as you join the Patreon account.
If you first subscribers of Patreon get several pictures of me with my shirt off with 2 silver medals on. # Real Fighter. And my BJJ shorts pulled down a little low.
Showing the V cut.
Yep. After I detox and get a little bit more V showing. Yep. Deep V. But I do tell a story on the Crazy Incredible podcast about me wrestling a typhoon. So you can follow them at Crazy Incredible.
Did you just say me wrestling a typhoon?
Me wrestling in a typhoon.
Okay. It's an important distinction. Remember, you didn't fight a typhoon.
This is a story I told once on this podcast, but we didn't air it because I just felt I wasn't eloquent that day.
I was going to say because a little graphic, a little vulgar. Children might have been murdered. I mean, not anything you normally talk about.
Yes, this 6-year-old Asian kid almost had his neck broken. How cool is that?
Cool is a word one could use.
He was weeping on camera. There's a clip on YouTube.
All this sounds real great. Makes you sound like a good human being.
Yeah, so he didn't. I didn't do it.
Maybe this is why Nicole didn't call.
This was after the Nicole incident, which I regret.
You regret the child thing?
Was I trying to get on other TV shows at the time? Did Nicole take it personally?
Dude,
I don't think I was trying to get on other TV shows at the time.
You're always trying to get on somebody's TV show. Let's be honest. You were on American Ninja Warrior at least once.
I tried. I was at a meal pack thing the other day, and for some reason, all the women at my nonprofit think that I'm actually going to get chosen for American Ninja Warrior at some point. I've never submitted my stuff.
Yeah, but you've been on it.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, you've been on the show.
Yeah.
I know this because I was standing beside you. We were on the show.
Yeah. I don't know. They just want to see that. Interesting. So, at Off the Cliff Pod, at JColeman2012, at Multimedia Hustle, and we will catch you next Wednesday.